What is going on, my Patriots? How y'all guys doing? I hope y'all having a happy Memorial Day weekend. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. We'll get everything straightened out here for you guys. So, without further ado, tonight's special guest, he really don't need no introduction. You guys know who he is. We've been friends now for 2 years, and I look at this guy as my big brother. And like I said before, anybody says anything negative about this guy, I'll probably slap the hell out of him. Without further ado, my brother from another mother, my patriot homie, my sincere mentor, my dog, Jericho Green, man. What's up, Jericho?
Hey, what's up? Don't catch no felonies on my account.
It's all good, man. That's what they got GoFundMe for. Anyway, man, tonight, man, me and Jericho gonna chop it up about the elephant in the room, what's been going on in America about this whole tragedy that happened in Texas, Uvalde, Texas. Population under 16,000. The whole community is just destroyed. And with the recent reports of what happened with law enforcement and the things that went on, a lot of people now are starting to look at law enforcement a little differently. Now, what me and Jericho are going to do tonight is just chop it up about it. I know a lot of people on our side, on the conservative side, think that the cops were cowards. I know a lot of people think that the cops were heroes. We're just here to talk about the facts, discuss what we think about, and hopefully there'll be a resolution to where we don't have to experience the families going through that type of tremendous stress and things like that again. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead on and kick this topic with my boy Jericho. First things first, we're going to talk about is the actual shooting. Now, Jericho, you have kids near that age because I don't. My kids are older. When you heard about this young man was able to go into the school and do this type of damage to children, how did it make you feel being a father that has elementary school children right now in your life that you're raising, you and your wife currently?
I mean, sickened, really, in a word, just sickened, man. I mean, that's a special kind of evil. Taking someone's life is terrible. And it is worthy, it makes you worthy of having your life taken by the state. But when it's kids, that just puts a little extra sting on it, man. And that's just terrible. I mean, who knows what brought him to this? Who knows? That was just an evil act, man. That's all there is to it. I don't even want to insult people with real mental issues by calling him mentally unstable. I think, he welled up from the depths of hell to carry this out, because you've got to be just a soulless monster to look down the sights and shoot children. And it just, if you want to get real about it, what an AR-15 can do to a human body close range, a child's body, it's just a horror movie inside that classroom, man. And we saw when Kyle Rittenhouse, and he was falling down and he shot that dude in his bicep. We saw what happened to that. So it's just horrific and terrible. And I wish that the police could have taken him into custody. And I wish that we would have sent him overseas, to some third world shithole where they would have broken his body before he died, because that's what he deserves. There's nothing America can give him that he deserves. If we put him in prison, he's going to be in protective custody. Now, if they put him in American prison and put him in general population, cool, because then the inmates would carve his ass up, both literally and figuratively. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So I wish he would have met the punishment that he deserves. Unfortunately, his punishment came in the form of bullets that just took him out way too quickly. It was awful. And I don't think, I know for sure there's no law that would have stopped this, because there's laws on the books that say you ain't supposed to do this already. And he didn't listen to that. There's no laws we can make. There's no legislation that would stop this. I don't think there's any mental screening that would have stopped this because, especially that he's an adult, he has to consent to being in custody. If he wants to leave, he can leave. So unless he's like really experienced or expressing some like schizophrenic shit where he's just talking to people and acting wild, then I guess so. But by all accounts, he was pretty normal. He passed the background check to legally purchase the rifles that he had on him and the one that he used, because I think he had 2 rifles on him and about 1,000 rounds of ammo. But he acquired all of that legally. So putting more rules and laws in place on legal gun owners is not going to stop the problem, because if you look at this guy and the guy who shot up the grocery store in Buffalo, that's 2 people, 2 against 100 and some million law-abiding gun owners. So if you're in a group, you're in an outside area big enough to put 150 million people or 125 million people, whatever, over 100 million, and somebody said, we're going to pick 2 of you guys out of this group and you're going to win $1 billion. You throw your ticket on the ground because the odds are not in your favor. There's a great chance that you ain't going to win shit. The chances of you getting picked out of 125 million people is minuscule, is microscopic. So you throw your ticket, like, man, I'm not going to win. So why don't we have that kind of attitude when it comes to 2 demons pulling this shit off? It should be like, well, we're not going to go after law-abiding gun owners. That's stupid, because the overwhelming chances are they're never going to do that shit. Never even come to your mind. But what would stop this from happening is security at all schools. There was, I think it was called Ma'at, Ma'at. It was a high school in Israel in 1974, and they had it was beyond a school shooting. These militants came in and took a bunch of students hostage and put bombs around their neck and held them hostage overnight because there was a bunch of kids sleeping over at the school. So they ended up killing 20-some students and like 5 staff. I know the body count was under 30, but it was a high body count. It was a lot of kids. That was in 1974. Do you know how many school shootings Israel has had since 1974?
Probably not even, probably in the single digits, if that.
0. Israel has not had school shootings since 1974. Since the Brady's and Sanford and Son were on TV is the last time Israel had a school shooting. Why? Because they have a guard or multiple guards at every single campus in Israel. So the bad guys can check that off their list. We can't shoot up schools anymore because they got heat. They got trained security on campus. We can't do that. That's no longer a viable option for us because it's secure. That's why bank robberies, those don't happen. All the banks aren't getting robbed all the time because they got security. So we should take that same approach with our kids. The Kardashians have more security than our schools. The whores are protected better than our school kids. That's a shame. I crunched some numbers, and the $55 billion that we scraped together. We checked our couch cushions and our ashtrays in our cars, and we scraped together $55 billion to send to Ukraine. If they kept that same money right here, that is $420,000 for every single K through 12 public and private school in the United States of America. 130,930 K through 12 schools in this country, and every single one of them would get $420,000. That's a lot of security. That is a lot of security. And I see somebody right there, Akia Refining. Yeah, Akia, I hope I'm saying that.
Yep, that's my boy Quilla.
Without courage. Very true. You saw at the Parkland school shooting, that security guard bounced out. So another suggestion that I have is taking combat veterans who are returning home, whether their time is up, it's time to come back home. Maybe they got injured and they're not fit for duty for the United States Army, Marine Corps, whatever, insert military branch here. Maybe they lost a limb or they lost an eye or something like that, but they still got fight in them. I'll arm them and I'll put United States military soldier with one leg in front of a school in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Because they will lay down their life, and more importantly, they will lay down the bad guy's life to save those kids. And they are trained, they are battle tested, they are battle hardened. Those kids will be safe. And the people that say, well, the kids are there to learn and the guns, and they're not going to be afraid of that shit because they're going to learn. Kids, they evolve, they learn, their behavior changes. They will learn that these guys are here to protect me. These guys are keeping the bad guys out. You think they won't talk to the kids, high five them in the hallway, form relationships with them?
Mm-hmm.
They're not just going to be robots standing there like the dudes with the big hats outside of the castle and or whatever in Britain. They're not just going to stand there and not speak and be robots. They're going to communicate with these kids, create relationships with them, create a rapport with them. That's going to be their buddy. And that dude is trained to take out the bad guy. And if you want to wreck your truck around the corner and come walking your ass up shooting, that's fine. That dude's going to get a place with a clear shot, and it's a wrap. The police will be there to recover the body and talk to witnesses. That's it. We don't got to worry about him getting barricaded in a classroom. His ass will get laid down in the parking lot. So that's one thing we can do. We found the money. We have the people. Why not do it?
Yeah, and here's the thing. And shout out to my wife. She's got a link. She gave me that link. I got to upload it in my description on this video. I meant to do it last night, but I was real tired. Where it shows a security system in Texas that shows what they do just in case there is a threat. This is in the she was telling me it was Texas. I think it's the central part of Texas, which I wish Uvalde would have took their notes because they got it to a science. Like they rehearsed that junk so good, like it's crazy. So here's another thing that I want to ask you, since we're talking about all of that, and you're right. There was a lot of things that should have been done right. How did you feel when you found out that when it came to the whole, after we had the first press conference, they told us that there really wasn't no wait, people came in and did what they had to do. How did you feel whenever you heard, or if you did, like me, saw the video of where parents were really trying to get into school and they really held off people for the actual 30 minutes? But you had people saying, well, they were setting up perimeter, but more stuff came out that the police officers, when they first incurred fire from this guy, because they didn't have the right weaponry to respond, they just waited. And then even when they had the people that had the white weaponry, they wouldn't let them go in. It kept waiting. Do you think, to me, that was because the commander possibly got scared, or how would they call it, stage fright, and started, not thinking looking at the situation for what it was, active shooter versus a barricade? Or you just think that they just wasn't properly trained? I mean, what are your thoughts as a military guy like me and you both? What do you think?
I think we definitely got to give him the benefit of the doubt, because if you make it up to the rank of this guy whoever was commander on the scene, the guy's seen some shit, man. He's seen some dead bodies. He's seen gunshot wounds and horrific car accidents. So I don't think he was afraid of the moment. I think it's possible that you have what's called the Ferguson effect. And this shit happened, back at Mike Brown, hands up, don't shoot. That's when BLM kicked off under that bullshit, because it turns out he did not say hands up, don't shoot. That was a lie.
Yeah.
But what happened was, all this stuff happens, BLM and all this focus, and the cops are bad, that the cops withdrew. They stopped policing. They stepped back. So you have this plant, and we've seen it over and over again, where police just get shit on automatically, not just by the public maybe, but by their own superiors, by their chief, by their mayor, by the president, by their governor. So you can see where the police were like, well, hey, if we're out here doing our job and you're shitting on us, you know how it is out here. Out here in this damn war zone in St. Louis, in Chicago, and Baltimore. These kids aren't out here playing catch. You know what the hell we're dealing with. You're going to do that to us? Fine. We'll draw back. So there could have been some of that. Maybe he didn't want something to go wrong. But I don't think the cops were just sitting out there twiddling their thumbs. I was talking to a cop friend of mine, and he was on SWAT and everything, a K-9 officer. So he's been in these situations. So I was asking him, from the layman's standpoint, all we see is you guys got guns, get your ass in there. But there's procedures, there's protocol, there's a difference between an active shooter and then if the shooter's not active anymore. Is it, is the guy shooting? We got to get in there and get him, or is he not? Because then that turns into more of a negotiation kind of thing if there's no gunfire going on. Plus, if those guys are trying to get through the door, they have to believe that it's a very real possibility that he's going to shoot through the door. And then I also asked him, well, he traded gunfire with the cops outside. So since he was shooting, doesn't that give them authority to go in there after him and pursue him? And he said, yes, it does. And it's not clear why the cops didn't hit him. And then I asked him, I said, well, doesn't every patrol car have a long gun in it, whether AR-15 or shotgun? I've seen police cars with both. He said some departments don't. So if all they had were handguns and he was laying down suppressive fire, I could see why they didn't rush in there after him, because they're no good dead or wounded. But if they did have a long gun in the car, why didn't you grab that and return fire? But they said cops were on the scene in 4 minutes, shooting or trading fire with them, or he was at least he was shooting at them.
Yeah.
And then I also asked him, I said, well, he's shown a propensity to shoot. He's shown you that he's willing to use the weapon that he has. So at that point, do you just say, fuck it, I'm going in, or, never mind, like whatever. He's shooting, he's going to go in there and shoot those kids. I'm getting in there. Or do they think, well, we don't want to pursue him and make him start shooting kids? So I don't know, man. Hindsight, you got the parents outside, definitely emotionally charged. I know I would be thinking my kids are in there. I'd be mad as hell. I'd be probably thinking and saying the same thing. But we have to take a step back and take in all the information and, but to say that these cops were cowards, I don't think so. They're cowardly police. Yeah. But I mean, come on, man. These cops just went.
I don't, like I said before, and I told them that the same thing, my viewers, I don't think there were cowards at all. I really don't. I think, and I've been saying this, there was some protocols broken down. I mean, you both military-minded guys. And I respect B. Tatum. Like everybody said, well, B. Tatum standing up. You always listen. That's his niche. You know what I'm saying? That's his supports. That's his supporters. This is what he knows. This is what he did before he became Officer Tatum. So I would expect him to stand up for his people. That's what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? That's like me and you. We're Pride Navy. We're gonna stand up for the Navy. You know what I'm saying? That's just what we do. You're like a Marine gonna stand up for a Marine. But at the end of the day, I just feel like that there was complacency and a lot of breakdown because these people probably thought this would never happen in their town. Okay, because this is a conservative town. These people are blue collar. They work hard. You know what I'm saying? They don't have all this crazy alphabet soup shit. These people are actually hardworking. Most of these people are 2-parent home individuals out there. So to me, I feel like that they just never thought it was going to happen. And speaking of the parent, now I went off on this video, Jericho, and you could probably agree with me, bro. This boy's mama had the nerve to say that she want the families now to forgive him and her. Like hell, I'm gonna forgive you and him. Are you serious? You were part of the problem, lady. Dumping this kid like he was some kind of bad luggage from parent to freaking family member because you had your own personal issues. And now you done caused this kid to be a basket case and destroy people's lives. And all of a sudden you want forgiveness and you want them to forgive him. Lady, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, that woman is out of her damn mind. And there was a couple things that struck me about her.
Mm-hmm.
And number one was where were you? Why did your kid live with his grandparents? Look.
Yep.
I understand that things happen to where, maybe the parents died or something and you got to live with your grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
But if the mother and father are fully functioning adults,
Yep.
why are you putting a teenager on two old people?
Amen.
They're too old. They already raised kids. They already did that. That's fucked up to dump your kids on old people. I don't care. I'm an addict. Unless it's some shit you can't control, I don't want to hear it. If you're a dope fiend or a criminal, you failed your kid. That's no excuse. Now, that's number one. Number two, why did somebody have to translate what you just said? How long you been here? Are you illegal? Are you here illegally? Because if you are, that means you came here illegally. Number one, you ain't supposed to be here, and you birthed this demon on our soil and gave him to us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who's to say how he would have been raised down in Mexico or South, Guatemala? I don't know where that woman's from, south of here. Who knows how he would have grown up down there, but he would have grown up down there. But you came here. This is another ramification of illegal immigration. If she is illegal, I'm going off the fact that she don't speak no damn English. Because I know if I'm going to spend, let's say, a month or more in a country, I'm going to make preparations to learn their language and their customs so I'm not a bother to them. So I seamlessly transition into their society.
Yep.
You won't even know I'm here. I don't want to be one of those assholes who goes somewhere and tries to make the host country conform to me like we do for everybody else. No, I'll conform to you. I'm coming to your house. I'll go by your rules. I'll learn your language. But for you to be here for years and decades and you don't speak our language, that's disrespectful.
Yep.
So this woman, she don't even speak English. So you shouldn't be here. And if you ain't supposed to be here, then you wouldn't have him here. And then for you to open your mouth and say he had his reasons for what he did, what are you talking about? He didn't beat somebody up. He went into an elementary school. Number one, he shot his grandma in the face.
Yep.
Then he goes to an elementary school and murders 19 innocent, beautiful little angels and shoots and murders their teachers. So I don't know, was it lost in translation or something? Don't act like he didn't do nothing major. He's a fucking descendant of Satan.
Yep.
He should be stretched on the rack, drawn, quartered, boiled alive. Something they used to do hundreds of years ago. Like some very primitive shit needs to be done, should have been done to this kid.
Yep.
For what he did. But the mom, man, she must be out her damn mind. If she is illegal, if she ain't deported in the next 24 hours, we failed. Because we have someone who came here illegally and dropped this in our lap.
Hey, bro, I don't think she's illegal, and I think that she can speak English because her father speaks perfect English. So I think that was just a way to keep from trying to, get everybody in America to translate what she really said. But in the end, she still messed up because it was a translator that had translated.
I don't know, man. I'm just assuming. I'm basing this off of the fact she didn't speak English. Maybe she is legal. If she is, either way, you should be talking about forgive him, forgive you. Ain't no forgiveness.
No.
You go to a higher power for forgiveness. You ain't getting it from us.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. And then, when you said that when young people or anybody that are deranged in the head makes these type of mistakes, you said it always affect other families. Look how it has affected the teacher, that husband who was so heartbroken. The man went and visited her marker, and 2 days later, the man had a heart attack and died. They were supposed to be celebrating their anniversary sometime here in the summertime. This is what these people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? These politicians, these liberal politicians. And then what they do is, and this is what makes me mad, and you talked about it, and I talked about it too, Jericho, and we could probably agree on this together wholeheartedly. They will bring this whole massive speech of, oh, we got to take away the guns, gun control, all this BS, right? And they have the opportunity, just like that, they said they wanted gun control now for the schools and safety. We as conservatives had a bill that would require security in the schools, would require background checks on certain types of visitors, things of that nature, to make sure that the kids were safe. A real actual bill. These fools voted against no on it. Yep. Because it came from conservatives. So what's your end game here? Are you really about taking care of these kids like you say you are with gun control? Or are you really just talking out your ass to get votes? Please enlighten me, because I'm confused.
Well, until you see security guards at every school campus in America, they're just talking, because there's nothing short of that you can do that's going to stop this. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing you can do to stop this, is have a deterrent. That's why you see people with houses. What's the little sign they have in front of their house? Infinity Home Security, ADT, whoever, because they want people to know, they want would-be burglars to know this house is protected with an alarm. It's a deterrent. Yep. Deterrents work. That alarm sign lets them know, if you come in here, there's going to be a loud noise that's going to wake me up, and I'm going to come out in the hallway with my gun, and I'm probably going to shoot your ass. Yep. Or you're going to jail. It's a deterrent. So is armed security. What happened after 9/11? You had armed security in the airports, train stations. They were everywhere because it was deterrent. It was a deterrent to terrorists. Yep. That's what this needs. Until they put security in these schools and or arm and train the teachers, they're not serious. They're full of shit. They're just selling wolf tickets because November's coming up. They're scared. They know what's up. Yeah. They know what's coming. And that kind of shit, it really bothers me, because a society is judged on how it treats its women, children, elderly, and animals. And right now, we're not protecting our children very well. So short of seeing armed security in front of every single school, they are lying. They don't give a shit. They don't care about those kids. You see, in Kenosha, where that piece of shit ran his car through that Christmas parade, Biden didn't go. He didn't go down there. He sent his wife and Kamala Harris's husband. Yep. What a slap in the face. If something like that happens in your town and they send the first lady and the second gentleman, don't send anybody. He didn't go to Sacramento, where they had 6 people shot outside of a nightclub. Two black guys did it. 2 guys that were brothers. He didn't go there. Kamala Harris didn't even go, and she's from California. She didn't go, but Biden went down to he went to Buffalo. Perfect. Yep. They finally got their racist wet dream. They got the white shooter and black victims. Thank you. Finally. Yeah. The race gods have opened the clouds and rained down sunshine upon them. They got what they wanted. Now, I bet you this. They say that Biden and his wife are planning a trip to go down to the school in Uvalde, Texas tomorrow. The only reason he's going is because it's children. If it were a Mexican shooter and a bunch of Mexican adults, his ass would not go down there. He sent a tweet. He'd do a little press conference. He probably would only have a jacket and a shirt and tie on, and probably have shorts or pajama pants underneath, because he ain't going nowhere. He's going to stand in front of that podium, blah, 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 and I'm out. He's going to stumble through it, and I'm out. But it's because it was kids, that's why he's going down there, because he don't give a shit any other time, because he didn't go to the other ones because it wasn't politically advantageous for him. And more gun laws? No. We are done with gun laws. We're done. We have too many already. Now is the time to repeal some of these gun laws and these restrictions. And that Steve Kerr, that law, that bill that he was talking about, HR 8, that's another background check. So if you and I want to trade guns or sell guns to each other, we'd have to get another background check on top of the background check that we got to get the weapon. No, that's more government intrusion. More government is bad. If you handed me an egg, every day you hand me an egg and I trip and fall and drop that shit, eventually you're not going to have me carrying the eggs anymore because I can't handle it. And that's how that bullshit is. It's enough. They're inept. They're incompetent. We don't need more of you. We got this.
Yep. And you know what is crazy is that, and you made a very good point there, Jericho, is that as soon as it was kids, as soon as they knew that it was kids, they're gonna go down there because in their mind, this is the only way I'm gonna get votes. And you're right. And as soon as they feel like they got votes secured, we going right back in backwards like we are now. And you know what else that America is starting to see too? They're starting to see that more and more of our tax dollars are going towards shit that makes no sense. Like we gave $40 billion to Ukraine, and this fool had the nerve. Oh man, shout out to thank you for the super chat, Hugh Hugh Richard Bradshaw II. He said, "Hey, this isn't the mall."
Hey, this isn't the mall. We are the champions.
I knew it. Yo, man, thank you for the super chat, Hugh, man. We appreciate you, bro. And here's the thing, man. You and I both know, Jericho, that these clowns, man, that's all they do is do anything for these votes, right? So with they coming out, they supporting the kids, this, that, and the third. As soon as this stuff die down, they gonna give money to like Zelensky. And what Zelensky will do is say, like he did before recently, I think in an interview, he said, I want to get our lives back. What you mean you want to get your lives back, bro? We gave you almost $90 billion during this course of this bullshit ass war that I don't even know if it's really a war anymore or what it is. But at the end of the day, you got $90 billion, bro. You tell me you can't get that little country back the way it is? Y'all on some bullshit right now.
Yeah, man. I'm not sure how much of a war zone it was in the first place because he got first of all was his Time magazine cover. And if you notice, his hair's edged up, his beard is edged up, his hair's done.
Yeah.
Then you had that collection of idiots, Nancy Pelosi, Adam Schiff, and a couple other dumbasses who went to visit him. Then, was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday. He did a video chat with a bunch of students at Stanford.
Yeah.
So if you got time to do all this shit, what kind of war zone is it? Because we sent American elected officials into a war zone. They weren't wearing vests and helmets. And probably because Nancy Pelosi's a demon and they know ammunition won't kill her. Maybe that's why they sent her there. But you got this dude. Where did he find the time to have his beard and his hair done? You're in a war zone. Like, for real, you couldn't tell him, hey, not right now. I'm trying to put this billions of dollars you sent us to good use. Not right now. No, he had time for that. He had time for a magazine photo shoot, interview. He had time to hang out with those idiots. And he had time to do a damn Zoom call with a bunch of rich liberals' kids in Palo Alto, California. So what is it? How bad do you need this money? Where's this money going? They were trying, Rand Paul, and they were trying to get basically people there on the ground to make sure that the money is going to these trackers, to make sure the money's going to whatever they said it was supposed to go to. And they said, no. The Democrats voted against it. No, just give them the money blindly. That doesn't make any sense. You can get my 10-year-old daughter, she has a little business selling bracelets and stuff with a friend of hers. She manages her money better than they do.
Wow.
How is that? How are you sending billions and supposedly billions we don't have? We had to go hit up China? How does that look? We had to hit up China for the $40 billion. How does that look, us going to who's supposed to be our enemy? I thought they were our enemy. I thought they were our number one competition for supremacy in the world. And we're going to hit them up for money and we're letting them buy farmland? That don't make no sense. No foreign country should be allowed to own farmland in our country. Period. All
Hey,
the
man.
American citizens, you buy up all you want. You're a foreign entity. Fuck off.
Hey, Trump wasn't trying to play that, bro. You see
Yeah.
what Trump did to China? He spanked China good, boy. China knew they had to do. They knew they had a new guy in town. They was like, damn, I can't get nothing over this guy. Hey,
look,
man.
Love or hate?
You appreciate you, man, for the super chat. Nancy Pelosi, aka the Gargoyle. That's it. He's saying all the quotes.
Remember that cartoon, Gargoyles? They were frozen in concrete until sundown. And once nightfall came, they would break out of their concrete shells and then dispense justice on the city below. But whether I don't care how you feel about Trump, and you got the people with the TDS who hate Trump, hate it. All this crazy shit, Madonna. I've had thoughts of blowing up the White House. Let some conservative get up there and talk about that. Should there be an investigation to turn their life upside down? But no matter how you felt about Trump, love him, like him, or hate him, you know damn good and well this would not be happening under Trump. There would be no baby formula shortages. We wouldn't have high-ass gas prices. We wouldn't be hemorrhaging billions of dollars to Ukraine. No way.
Nope.
This shit would not be happening, period. And I guarantee you this, if these two shootings happened under Trump, especially this school shooting, we would take serious steps towards securing all the campuses in America. We really would. If Biden was serious, that's what he would do. But they're not serious. Yeah. The Democrats are not serious. It's not about us. They've taken their eyes off the prize.
And let me ask you this, Jericho. Did you hear about AOC? Or Cortez? You motherfucker. She said. She said masculinity is the reason why the guns are showing up in the schools and hurting our children. Are you fucking masculinity? What? Stop, lady, stop.
Hey, you know what?
The dude was wearing women dresses in the pictures. I saw no masculinity in that.
Masculinity and guns are the reason that this country is a safe space for you to say some stupid shit like that without some man coming in the room and slapping the shit out of you and ordering you to retrieve him something. This toxic masculinity that went halfway around the world and whooped most of Europe's ass for you. What are you talking about? These brave men and women who volunteer to go into our military and go fight in a sandbox somewhere, that's the reason that you could say that. That's the reason that you're even in office. Do you know that some of the countries we have to go fight in, you can't even be a politician?
Nope, sure can't.
That you couldn't go out by yourself or drive? All kinds of crazy shit. But they say that from the comfort of warmth and food and protection that's provided by masculinity. You know why she can talk shit about masculinity? Because she doesn't have any at home. Did you see that ginger bitch that she got engaged to? There's no masculinity in her home. She doesn't know what she's missing. You need some masculinity in your life, AOC, for sure. You need to get rid of that borderline female you have and get a real man. You'd be like, oh, I get it. My bad.
That's Miss AOC, man. Why are you talking about Miss AOC like that with he being engaged, man? He is happy for himself.
She's disgusting. Can you imagine them having children? She'll probably get him pregnant somehow. Bitch. She's talking about masculinity. Masculinity gave you the comfort to talk like this from. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you now, man. I ain't never seen nothing like this. Never. And then it even gets more creepier. Every time we have a shooting, everybody wants to go at the NRA. It's like they say they feel like the NRA just woke up one morning and just said, "Hey, let me go ahead on put my NRA little adjectives and gun to this damn crazy person head. Now I need you to go into this place of business whether it's a supermarket, a school, or a mall, and fucking shoot everyone. And oh yeah, by the way, when you're done, I need you to do me a favor and look them dead in the eye and say, this is from me, the NRA. No, that's not how that shit goes down. The NRA is not a part of the problem. It's the people behind the gun. And just like the people said in the town of Uvalde, the problem stemmed from not having the right resources for mental health, because that's what the officer told the governor. He said, sir, if you look in our town of 50,000 people, a lot of our citizens have mental health problems, and we cannot correct it because we don't have the resources.
They need to open up asylums again. That's what they need to do. Put these people away and give them the medication that they need. It's not obviously not safe for us out here with them, and it's not the right thing for them. It's not the right life that they should be living. And there's two things with that shit. Number one, when Biden said that, what did he say? When he said that we need to stand up to the lobbyists. Who is we?
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen a gun lobbyist in my life. They don't lobby us. They lobby you. So you need to stand up to the gun lobbyists, whoever that is. And number two, the NRA is bankrupt. The NRA donated like $2.5 million in the last presidential election cycle. Big Pharma, all these other companies, they donated tens of millions of dollars. So who is the bigger threat to our government or being lobbied? It's not the NRA. They're not what they once were, and not like they were out doing bad shit in the first place.
Nope.
They're for the Second Amendment and people owning their guns and training properly and practicing with their guns and storing them properly and handling them properly. Gun safety. They ain't got shit to do with no gun lobbyists, and they are bankrupt. So that's not true anymore. You guys need to get a new dead horse to beat. It's a bunch of bullshit, man. And nothing wrong with
it's a bunch of bullshit because they don't have
I have loaded guns in my house right now, and it's never jumped up and shot anybody.
Dude, the same way with me. I've yet to see a gun just come up and go out here and freaking just start pointing at me. Like Dedo Alive said, and he said something very strong. 22 veterans commit suicide a day. Exactly. And you will never see not one of these fuckers talk about any of that because it's not fits the narrative. I one thing I can say about Trump. At least Trump gave a shit about the veteran. These people here, they don't give a shit about nobody but themselves.
You know, and I wonder if some of those 22 veterans who take their lives every day, if maybe knowing that they could do security at a school, maybe that would have saved some of their lives. Maybe that would have gave some of them a reason to live on, to be useful, you know, and maybe not have the big pharma dumping opioids on their heads. How about that?
Exactly. And see, that's the thing, man. And nobody will not talk about this. You know, and you said so many times, Jericho, you know, the problem is we don't have people talking about the things that should be the most important on this earth right now, because we as a nation, we are hurting because we don't have the right representation. People are not speaking on the issues that are destroying our country, that are harming our children. Just like we talked about the alphabet soup phenomenon at Disney. Disney turned a woman away and her family. And I looked it up. They got turned away, basically. Or I don't know if they were threatened to be turned away if they didn't buy a rainbow shirt. Are you serious?
Oh, hell no.
I gotta buy a shirt to support a cause that I don't believe in. That's going against my beliefs.
Hells no.
I mean, this is where we at right now, dude. Like this is crazy.
Nah, man. Nope. We ain't doing Disney shit ever again. Not a Disney movie. Disney nothing.
That's what I told my kids. I'm not going to Disney World. Fuck that shit.
That is awful. That's disgusting. And they're offering to pay for hormone blockers for their employees' kids. Like, man, come on. We don't even know shit about hormone blockers for kids, what it does to them, what it can do to them.
No.
It's an experiment. You're just dumping these down your kid's throat because you want to be woke and tell people, "Oh, you're so open and accepting. You have a trans kid." That's just disgusting, man.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And what makes it so bad is a lot of these, like me and you were talking on our last show on together, that a lot of these parents do this because they want to be in the in crowd. They want to be so appreciated. What for? I don't know. Because me myself, I'm not supporting anything where my children are going to be looked at as some type of freak show slash social experiment. That
Some
goes against
parents,
my beliefs.
some parents are down for that. Some parents, it's worth it, in that circle of people that they roll with to do that, to be, virtuous. It's the trans kids are the new African kids. Remember back in the day,
Wow.
all these celebrities are going and plucking these little African kids out of these fucked up situations over there. Now it's trans. And there's got to be some bullshit. There's no way that 20% of Gen Xers identify as part of the alphabet soup group or the Ku Klux trans. That's bullshit. Somebody's lying. When you do these surveys, a lot of people are lying. They say what they think is the right answer, what they think is cool. 20%, our race is going to die. The human race in America is going to die if we keep going down this route and everybody turns out to be gay. Because contrary to their belief, a man cannot get pregnant by another man and a woman can't get pregnant by another woman. You're going to have to mix a man in there someone. And if all the men were with other men, how are we going to make more kids?
Exactly.
That's just so stupid. But people buy that shit, especially the people on the coast by the water.
Oh yeah, of course they buy it. And what makes it even worse, dude, like Lori Lightfoot had the nerve to put her 2 cents in about the school shooting. Like, lady, you have an open door range in your city daily, not every other day, not every weekend, daily. You got so much activity going on in your city with gunshots and bullets and murders that there's like 3 or 4 different websites tracking your progress of murder. They're sitting up there talking about the goal this year is 800. So you should have no business talking about nobody's fucking situation at all.
America's shooting range. Yeah. Oh yeah, she's that googly-eyed son of a bitch. She looks like the sloth from Ice Age. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're right. She looks just like.
They got over 4,000 shootings a year in Chicago. There's only 365 days, and this woman has found a way to squeeze 4,000 shootings into 1 year. 800 murders a year. The most rat-infested city in America for the 7th year in a row. You don't need to open your mouth about shit. What you should have done is took those federal troops that Trump was going to send down there to bail your fucking ass out. But because it came from Trump, even though the Chicagoans are screaming for it, you couldn't do it because it came from the orange man. Well, in place of that came more death and destruction. And then a couple of weeks ago, she said that this summer of 2022 is going to be a summer of joy in Chicago. Okay, it can be a summer of joy as long as you stay away from the west side of Chicago, the south side of Chicago, downtown Chicago, and Millennium Park. Because even down at Millennium Park, she said, after 6 p.m., without a responsible adult, no minors are allowed there. And she said, in downtown Chicago, after 10 p.m., without a responsible adult, no minors are allowed there. You know what they did a couple of days later? Minors were down there, and 2 of them got killed. And if you look on there's websites to keep track of all the shootings in Chicago, West Side, West Side, West Side, West Side. Yep. I'll never go to the West Side of Chicago because they're shooting everybody. If they don't shoot you, don't worry. When they're fleeing the scene of a shooting, some lady was in the number. I don't know why she was out at 2:00 in the morning with the 1.5-year-old, but they ran through an intersection and killed her baby. Ran a stroller over with a car. So until you clean that kind of shit up, Lori, you need to shut your ass up and get to work. Don't comment on nothing. Don't come outside of the mayor's office until you clean up Chicago.
Yeah, man.
She needs to come out of there, out of that office, looking like Rip Van Winkle, hair all overgrown, didn't cut your nails. You've been in there putting in work. Until it's done, shut your ass up.
Bro, I used to be stationed in Chicago, and I'm telling you now, I had a homie over there that was stationed with me in the Navy, and he lived on the south side. That's where he's from. Before we could take the train to go over there, bro, he had to make a call. And that's when cell phones started to kind of pick up. He had to make a call on the south side to let him know that he was coming through with me being a new guy, so my ass wouldn't get lit up. That's before it became crazy now, because now you can make a call and go over there to the other side and you ain't guaranteed to be safe no more. But that was how it was even back then. So imagine how it is now.
That is just terrible, man.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be so in an American city.
Yeah, it shouldn't. But that's just how it was. I mean, he told me that.
If what's the opposite of the Midas touch?
Yep.
Because everything they touch just turns to fucking garbage.
For real.
Yeah. Over and over in Baltimore. A murder a day.
Yep. Oh, God. Bro, I was out there too in Baltimore. I got family out there. Man, let me tell you, the PJs over there is crazy lit, bro.
Mm-hmm. That's where my mom's from.
That's where who from?
My mom's from Baltimore.
Oh, yeah. Then you already know, bro. At nighttime, yeah. If you ain't from that area, you ain't got no business being out there at night. You better have somebody that's really locked in Baltimore to be safe, because you out there roaming by yourself, you gonna get clack clack.
But that should not be a death sentence. Going onto public property in America should not mean you're gonna die.
Nope, sure shouldn't.
My tax money pays for it, but I'm not allowed to go there without a fucking escort. Like I'm a member of the press in a war zone.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta wear a vest, a flak jacket, and a vest that says "guest" on it when you're in the hood, so they don't fucking kill you.
Yeah, just like when I do my reports on this channel, I'll be telling people, like in Georgia, like South Georgia, you can run around all day long, open carry. Nobody's gonna try to take that gun because they know everybody in the store gonna light you up. But when you get past Macon, Georgia, and you start heading towards Atlanta, you cannot be walking around open carry unless you're ready to know you ready to get down with the get down, because those guys there will try you. They'll be like, oh, he got a gun open carry. Oh man, I'm gonna take that. He in my hood. I can't let him open carry like that. I mean, they will. That's just how they is over there.
That is amazing.
Yeah, man. ATL is a whole different breed, bro. Like I tell anybody, when you get past Macon, Georgia, you go into ATL, it's a whole different world in North Georgia with around ATL. Whole different world. They don't have no chill over there.
So basically what you're telling me is when you go closer to the black folks, it gets more dangerous. And when you get closer to the white folks, it gets more safe. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
You go to the sun, man. It's a whole different story. But you get close to Glacier Glider Lane, you good.
My goodness, man. What happened? You know, I wonder if we were to go back in a time machine and grab some people who were in the Civil Rights March and tell them, hey, check this out. This is what they do in 2022. They say that they're living in Jim Crow 2.0. They say that America is still racist, and they say that black people are still being held down by the man. And they would probably, and if they looked at you and said, you know what, fuck, I'm not doing it. I'm not marching. There is no civil rights movement because they don't care. They act like it's never been done. You listen to them talk. Joe Biden said voter ID laws are Jim Crow 2.0. You're telling me that the needle hasn't moved? If I were one of them marching back there, taking all that shit and the name calling and the danger and the dogs and the hoses, I'd be like, fuck this, I'm going home. It's for nothing anyway. They don't care. They say we haven't done nothing. They say this was all for naught. Fuck them. Don't blame them.
Oh, Jericho, it gets better, man. Remember when I told you when we had that episode together last time on this show where they said, oh, they're going to go after interracial marriage. Really? Stop the cap.
Hey, how are they going to go after interracial marriages when 75% of those people talking all that pro-black shit are married to white people?
Thank you.
So shut the fuck up unless they're coming out. Lori Lightfoot, she's married to a white woman. You gonna let them come after your marriage, you fucking dummy? No, you're
No,
not.
that's Paul Bunyan, bro. She married to Paul Bunyan.
then she's blue, the big ox.
Yeah.
For sure.
Paula Bunyan.
was that blue? Yeah, I think that was his ox's name. Wasn't
yeah.
It? Yeah, I think his ox's name. Hold on, I gotta find out. I don't want to misquote my man.
I think it is, bro. I think it is.
Yeah. Hold on. I never looked up shit on Paul Bunyan. Okay, Paul Bunyan.
He gotta look that shit up.
Bro, he's Canadian? Oh man. Paul Bunyan was Canadian. Fuck that. No, Babe. That's what it was. Babe.
Babe, yeah.
That's his name. Paul Bunyan was a Canadian? Fuck. Changes everything.
I can't believe it. Yeah, man. They be telling some crazy shit. And people be sitting there believing it. Like, dude, I never see so many people so gullible, man. Like, I have people in my family reaching out to me tomorrow. That abortion, man. You see what they're going to do? They're overturning that, man. Women ain't got no rights. And speaking of that, speaking of women and having no rights, did you know there's a TikTok video? I was going to do a thing about it, but I'm just going to tell you about it, and I might do one. I don't know yet. There's a TikTok video of a chick busting out saying that, talking to her baby, talking about, I could abort you. You know, I could have aborted you, but you know what? I let you live because I have the choice. And they're trying to take that choice away from me. What? You tell that to your baby? What's wrong with you, man. Dog?
That girl deserves a hysterectomy. That
bro,
disgusting, man.
Whoever is her baby daddy, get your kid from her now. Get full custody.
Speaking of baby daddy, what about the father? How do you just cut out 50% of the equation? You have no baby.
Yep.
Without a man. You don't have one. You have no choice to make. And why is the man left out of the choice? Why is no one's giving up half a shit? You ain't giving up half your property. Just volunteer. If 50% ain't nothing, just volunteer half your shit, half your possessions, half your paycheck, whatever. Why not half your wife?
Yeah.
Why not let some other dude have her half the time? Let some other woman have your husband half the time. Since half ain't shit anymore. That's ridiculous. And that's assuming that every man doesn't want the kid. That's bullshit. Some men do want their kids.
Yeah.
Some men are up for the responsibility because we all know what comes from sex. It's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
So to just discount 50% of the man, and people that talk to their kids like that shit is sick, man. That's right up there with them sick ass moms who be letting their kids get hormone blockers or, oh, you want to be a girl? All right, let's turn our whole fucking lives upside down and start treating you like a girl. Like, that shit is sick, man.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with those women. And the women who brag about, oh, I got an abortion, I'll do it again too. That is fucked up.
Yeah.
It is not your legal right to take somebody else's life. Even though that life is inside of you, it's not yours. That's the kid's life. Somebody has to protect it. If you don't want to get pregnant, then don't be letting dudes bust inside of you. Celibacy, condoms, I don't know.
Marry it out.
But if you get pregnant, there's a common misconception that there are more people who want to adopt kids than there are kids to be adopted. It's quite the opposite. There are more families out there that want kids. There aren't enough kids to fill the supply, the demand. There's not a supply of kids for the demand for kids. So give them some more supply. Have the kid, give it up for adoption. Or you might change your mind and want to keep the thing that you created. Like and they say, no, abortions are safe and rare. Bullshit. We do 1 million a year in America. That's not rare.
Nope.
And black folks, we just lost another percentage point in the population. We're back down to 12.
Yeah.
So we're 12, and that's all black folks, men and women, children, everybody. So women are what? Half of that? Let's just say half. 6%. So you tell me 6% accounts for a third of the abortions, over 300,000 abortions every year, and that's not a problem. That's not using it as birth control. And please find me the Planned Parenthood in Beverly Hills. Where's a really nice area in Georgia? Like multi-million dollar homes.
Buckhead.
Okay, find me the Planned Parenthood Buckhead. Do they have that? Do they have a Planned Parenthood Upper West Side in New York, in Manhattan, Martha's Vineyard? No, they put them where the undesirables are. They put them where the ones they want killed are. When you're selling something, I don't care if it's ice cream cones or abortions, you want your product to be easy for your customers to get to. So you're not going to put it where they don't live. You're going to put it right there where the people you want to use it are. And that's us. And that's brown folk. Shit, white people. White people are throwing a lot of abortions in there too. But where do they have to go to get them? Either go to the poor side of town or come over where the colored folks are. Margaret Sanger set this shit up perfectly. But there are places where a black kid has a 50-50 shot either being aborted or living. No wonder we can't crack 15%. No wonder the illegals are coming up here passing us up in population, because we either shoot each other or we abort each other. That shit is sick, man.
And not to mention too, is that we have been conditioned as a black population. We've been conditioned that if you can't handle raising a child, go ahead on and take it on out. Used to be a time we were conditioned when you had a child out of wedlock, the family members would adopt the child and say you was either a cousin or a sister or brother, whoever in the family. Sometimes even on the father's side, the father parents would step up. Well, hey baby, you ain't got to abort this baby. We'll take the baby in because you made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, all that stuff changed. When we got into the 70s, all this Black Panther Party movement. And why I don't really respect the Black Panther Party, because they call a lot of this shit too in the baby boomer generation. They pushed all this bullshit of it's okay, my body, my choice mess. And this is what we got now, a disastrous situation, especially in the black community, because we don't know what it means to be a family or nuclear family unit. When we see a two-parent household in the black family, we act like that's some new shit. We act like that's some damn discovery shit or some shit. Oh wow, they got two parents. Oh wow, and it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? Other cultures got two parents and believe in that shit. You know what I'm saying? You see Asian people, they got two parents in their house. You see the Patels, they got two parents in their house. You see Spanish people. Every Spanish person I mostly met over the years had two parents in their house. So if everybody else in these other cultures can have two parents in their house, why the fuck can't we have two parents in the house? I tell you why. Because baby boomers, the one that put that shit in our head and been putting it in women's heads, especially young girls' head for years. Girl, you don't need no man. You take him to court for child support and you go ahead on and you raise your baby. And you raise this kid to be a freaking disaster of schizophrenic, paranoid, emotional ass woman man. That's what I call him. A lady man. That's what he is, emotional ass lady man. And that's a lot when you got a man who's 6 foot plus and got emotions like a woman. That's a lot of shit to be dealing with.
Yeah, and the girls, you know, there's no value of a relationship, so men are in and out. That's why you got 5, 6 baby daddies, and the girls get molested because the men are coming in and out. These women aren't vetting these men; they just bring them in. You know, we got this is the new dick of the week, and you got unfettered access to my underage children, and I may or may not be here with them all the time. That's a lot of fucked up shit comes from that, man, and it's really terrible. It's disgusting that we don't value the nuclear family. And BLM said, you know, the nuclear family, those are Western ideals. Those are white people ideas. We don't need that shit. We don't need a nuclear family. And that shit is damaging. It's dangerous. So many things go wrong in life when you come from a single parent home. And if you purposely put your kids in a single parent home, that is called child abuse, because you're purposely putting your kid at a disadvantage in a fucked up situation. There's a 70% chance that they're going to go to prison. They're 20 times more likely to grow up poor. and drop out of school. You're setting them up to fail because you couldn't get your shit together. Not to mention the poverty and the war zone you're raising them in, the psychological damage that does to them, the poor nutrition. And like I said before, the unfettered access by molesters doing shit to these girls and these boys because they don't even know this dude from a can of paint. That shit is terrible. All the stories of all these single moms going out and the space heater tips over and burns their fucking house down and kills all 5 of their kids. I thought that was white people shit. I thought white people killed their kids.
Yeah.
That's bullshit, man. Some fucking horrible things come from raising kids in single parent homes. You don't have 2 parents there to watch those kids and nurture those kids and give them structure. You got mom working, with grandma dumping them off with some old person. And then it's grandma, because grandma wasn't shit either. Grandma was a hood rat too. I don't know why they get a pass.
Yep.
But grandma taught this hood rat how to be a hood rat. So now you dumping them kids off on that old, well, she probably ain't that old, but she probably had your mom young too. That shit is terrible, man. That shit needs to stop. The most financially successful groups in this country have the lowest out of wedlock birth rates. People talk about white people. White people are like number 5 or 6. Asians and Africans. You're like Chinese people, Asians, Indians, them Africans, they got 2 or 3 spots. They're the ones who are most financially successful, and they have the lowest out of wedlock birth rates, under 20%. White people got over 25%. You better slow down. Mexicans got 50%. Black folks got 70% plus, damn near 75. So that means if almost 70, so let's say 70%, 70% of black kids are born in single parent homes. That means only 30% are not. 30? You can't do shit with 30%.
Nope.
Get 30% on a test. You fail.
Amen.
And just like you were saying, you got these kids. If you take a piece of meat and you soak it in red wine overnight, what is that piece of meat going to taste like? Red wine.
Red wine, baby.
If you soak these boys in estrogen and mom and auntie and sisters and no fucking men around except the ones who come in to bang her every once in a while, or your uncle, that's close, but that ain't your father. That's who you need. Like you say, marry before you carry.
Amen.
Give these kids a stable foundation to grow on. And, I hate people say, oh, that's just a ring. No, that's showing those kids commitment. That's showing those kids that when they wake up, you're going to be there. The routine, when you go home, when you come home from work, what you look like when you come home, sitting down your lunch pails, talking about work. You got sweat on your brow, whatever you do. Yep. Your kids need to learn, I need to go out in the world and produce every day.
Yep.
Seeing your parents together, being affectionate, catching them kissing in the kitchen, or your dad grabbing your mom's ass or something.
Amen.
Even though it's gross and fucking disgusting to see that, you need to see it. You need to know that this is what a relationship is supposed to be. You need to know that, okay, at some point, I need to get married. Your kids need to see the pictures of your wedding without them in it, to let them know that, okay, I need to get married first, then come the kids. Got it. Or hearing you talk about stories of what you did before they were born, a life before your kids were born. That subliminally lets them know the order of things in life. There's so much shit kids get from 2-parent homes. And your dad, you know how many times my wife says, I'm going to tell your dad, no, okay. Then the kids, then they want to negotiate.
Yep.
That's just how it is. Mom and dad bring 2 different things to the table. My wife is amazing. She does. She sees things from angles I don't see. She does things I can't do. She is away with the kids that I can't be because I'm a man. Yep. And like the person just said in the chat, my kids are stop, don't kiss mom. If I'm hugging my wife, my son will physically come in between us. I want to hug too. You know what I mean? It teaches them so many things, and to just be so nonchalant and glib about, I don't need a man. What the fuck are you talking about? That's like getting on a plane and saying, I don't need a pilot. I can figure it out. No. That's stupid. That's God. What talking about. You don't need a man. Yes, you do. But this is what happens when you beat into one side's head. You don't need a man. You beat into the other side. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. I don't need you. You ain't shit. It's disgusting, man. It needs to stop. Until we fix the family, we'll never fix anything else.
And another thing too about having a 2-parent home, or you know, when children see parents together in a 2-parent home, you know what I'm saying, they see that mom and dad do things differently when they get older. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like my kids are going towards teenage and adults now. Their mom gets upset, rah 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 rah. I understand because she's a mother. Me myself, when they got to the age now when they start making these mistakes, I let them find out on their own. Look, I done told you what I can tell you. You know, when you get 17, 18, I'm not gonna press you no more. I'm gonna let you figure it out. You got all the answers. I'm gonna sit back and see what you do. And then when you go off that edge and finally be like, oh God, dad, oh, I need help or this, that, then I'm just gonna politely say, I told you, this is what it is, man. You gotta watch. But anyway, we're gonna wrap this on up, guys. I appreciate Jericho, you coming on the show, man. I know a lot of people are coming in, and if you're coming in late, don't worry, just hit the replay. Jericho, what you got coming up in the next couple of weeks, bro, that we need to be aware of?
I'll be launching a merch store, mygreengear.com. So that's coming. New design and stuff. You know, summer, I got some 4th of July stuff in there, and just, you know, any time of year type stuff. So be on the lookout for that. Of course, jerichogreen.net. And next month in June, I have an article about me in Recoil magazine. So check that out. You know, your newsstands when you're standing in line paying too damn much for shit because Biden's an idiot. At least you can get a little bit of enjoyment out of it. So it's the June edition about concealment. I'm on page 26.
All right. Me, myself, man, I don't have anything going on except for, like I said, I'm a chef now at a new job. So y'all will see a lot of my stuff that I cook on my community page. But as soon as I get my schedule stable and I get my foot in the door, me and Jericho will probably do one of these once out the week. We're trying to do one next week because I'm on the evening shift. But if you're new to my channel through Jericho, pretty much I'm just the same as Jericho, except for I'm a Southern version and he's a California version. West Coast and East Coast, Southeastern as well. So, you know, if you like that, that's just how I am. I'm not as funny as my man's, but hey, I get a lot of my mentorship from him. So if you like his stuff, you definitely like mine. I love you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in with us tonight, man.
You know
please like, share, and subscribe as well. You got what you want to say, Jericho?
Real quick, shout out to Bob K. Mitt, None Your Business, and Rapper 10,000. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Thank you. I love especially Rapper 10,000. He's been down forever and a day. All those been with me since I started. So I think they've been with you since you started too. So it's been crazy and everything else. So like I said before, guys, please share. Also, if you're a new subscriber, please definitely stick around. I have the lowest monthly thing for $2 a month. And if you want a personal website of exclusive stuff, go to Jericho's. Jericho's is the cheapest out there. $3.99 a month, right?
That's right.
$3.99 a month. I mean, you get a lot for $3.99. The man releases new videos. He even got videos that you'll never see on YouTube that you can only get on his channel. So go to that website, check it out. It is the best $3.99 you will ever subscribe to. I promise you, you'll unsubscribe to Netflix and Hulu just for that. I promise you will, bro. It's real good stuff. All right, guys, please like, share, subscribe. We love y'all. Take care of yourself and each other. We are out.